the fact that you have so many Ukrainians seeking refuge in this country of Poland. We understand that because we have in our southern border thousands of people a day, literally, not figuratively, trying to get into the United States. But we
meandering, not sure what his point is, but he did bring up the southern border, a crisis that he created.
Yeah, one of the only times we hear him talk about the southern border, right, Rachel?
Yeah.
What an egregious comparison. Egregious comparison, but it just goes to show President Joe Biden, he's not all there.
Yeah, it definitely does point to somebody who is just out of touch and really they're making all kinds of mistakes.
Victoria.
Victoria.
My name is Victoria. Victoria.
And you're from Poland?
Jestem z Ukrainy.
So we've been trying to, and they're joining us, and they are the ones feeding the Ukrainians to help him take care of everybody.
I love you. I love you. How do you say in Ukrainian, leading all those beautiful eyes? Твоя глаза очень красивые. Спасибо. Thank you very much. Your father or your mother? Who had the eyes?
The mom was the papa.
The mom.
Mother's eyes.
You owe mama very big. You owe mama. Anyway, thank you. Can I help you at all?
It's my foot. That's my foot. That's my foot. You're fine. You're fine. Sorry, my foot. I
don't know. You can't. I don't speak Ukrainian, but tell her I want to take her home.
Я хочу з дівчинкою додому поїхати. В Україну. Let's go home
I've
to
got
Ukraine.
4 little girls at home, granddaughters.
Чудово.
And you know what? They love their grandpa. And I'm crazy about him. When you start, we will help you do that.
Ми вам допоможемо.
We build your
Ми вам
cities,
допоможемо
your homes.
відновити свою країну. Кожне місто, кожне село.
Ми вам віримо. Ми віримо в вас.
We have full trust in you.
Ми
You all have beautiful eyes. It's dangerous.
Всі ви такі гарні, гарні.
Look at these eyes.
Подивіться в ці очі, які прекрасні очі.
I love them. Turn on, let's get a picture.
Давайте сфотографуйте, одержіться.
Are you finished eating or just starting?
They're starting and they're getting a little bit closer.
Well, if you're starting to eat, I'm going to sit down and have something to eat. Is that all right?
Yeah. We got the pizza. Pizza? There you go. That one has jalapenos. This one has cheese.
Small, sir.
So we're ready to talk about how pizza.
You guys want to move?
You made it happen, sir. You made it work.
I have trouble with the major partner. How long have you been here?
Even this trip to Europe might boost his poll numbers. Take a look at this. Biden's approval numbers are still just at 34%. What do you make of this?
Yeah, doesn't spell good news for the midterms now, does it? 34%. I'm surprised it's that high. You're exactly right. The White House was hoping that this war would buoy President Biden as being seen as somewhat of a wartime president, that it would aid him. I'm not suggesting they were hoping for the war, but suggesting, in fact, that it would be used to boost his leadership image. Hasn't worked. It's not going to work, Rachel. Just review his trip to Europe. What has happened? He said sanctions were not meant to deter. His entire administration has contradicted him on that point. He said that he is hoping to increase and disseminate food shortages. Not sure what that means. I hope that's not the case.
Let's get something straight. You remember, if you covered me from the very beginning, I did not say that, in fact, the sanctions would deter him. Sanctions never deter. You keep talking about that. Sanctions never deter.
Food shortages and what the U.S. will do to address wheat shortages in particular.
The United States, which is a significant, the third largest producer of wheat in the world, as well as Canada, which is also a major producer. And we both talked about how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly food shortages. And
he told the 82nd Airborne, don't jump. What a bizarre statement. It was like at the end of his State of the Union when he said, I'm going to get him. I'm not sure what he meant. And then the worst blunder, I think, of his presidency was suggesting that American troops were going to get involved in what is happening in Ukraine. The White House butted that immediately with the reporter Andrew Feinberg. But to make that kind of statement, even if it's a blunder or a gaffe, really dangerous when we're dealing with a nuclear power.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Don't jump. You guys are used to jumping. Don't jump. Anyway, thanks for letting me come and say hello to you all. And you're going to see when you're there, and some of you have been there, you're going to see women, young people standing in the middle of front of a damn tank, just saying, I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground. They're incredible.
And we do tend to find that, for example, dads, because we give it to all parents, whether you are the birthing parent, adoptive parent, whatever. So dads sometimes like to take that first.
As a matter of economic security and national security for the survivability of the planet, we all need to move as quickly as possible to clean renewable energy. And we'll work together to help get that done.